I need that license. I really need to pass. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel where we're diving deep into the highs, lows and laughs of HGV training. Now, if you're gearing up to get that license, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned. This is where you will find the best tips, stories and straight talk about how to pass. Also videos of real HGV test routes and how to drive on them. And don't forget, if you want guaranteed training in top-notch Scania, give us a shout. The phone number is in the description. So let's get real here. When we say I need that license, it's like adding a massive spotlight onto everything you do. There is so much pressure packed into the word need. It's like saying if I don't get this, it's all over. And that pressure, that's what can make even the calmest driver sweat bullets on the test day. Here's a funny one for you. I once trained this guy, his name was Jake. Now Jake was top-notch, solid driver, never wobbled. Knew his test routes better than he knew his own name. We've had a laugh too, even put a cheeky bet on it. I said, if you don't pass first go, I'll treat you to the meal. Jake laughs and says, mate, I don't just want this license, I need it. He practically wore the word like a badge of honor. You could see in his eyes, he needed like a kid needs a new toy. Test day, and that cool confidence vanished. We're talking a guy who could reverse with his eyes closed, but that morning he's in the cab and I can see him gripping the wheel like he's holding for dear life. Test starts and first corner, bam, he goes over the curb. Next he goes so wide that allowing cars to get on his near side. He's so tense, he makes it look like he's wrestling a bear. It's like he forgot every single trick I taught him. All because of that one word, need. Afterwards he shakes his head and says, I don't know what happened, but I knew it was the pressure. And it's not just in driving, right? Think about when you're out for a big night and you see someone you need to impress. You're there trying to act all cool and smooth, and you end up tripping over your own feet or spilling your drink. Pressure is sneaky that way. Make us act weird, like we're trying so hard to be ourselves that we forget how to be ourselves. You want something too much and it's like you've already lost it. Let me tell you about this other guy, George. George had been practicing for months, every day out on the road, checking those mirrors like a hawk. I thought, this guy's got it, but just before his test, George goes, if I don't pass today, that's it. I've told everyone I'm getting this license, the family's counting on, and I've bet half my payslip I'm coming back with that pass certificate. So he's all fired up. And off he goes. Well, George pulls back in after the test and I can tell from the look on his face, it did not go to the plan. Turns out he was so focused on not making mistakes that he overdid every corner. Played so safe that was too much. Forgot the basics because he was too busy trying to be perfect. And the examiner said, look, you're a good driver, but you drove like someone in panic. George tells me later, I just needed it too much. And there it is, that word again. So, can talking ruin your HGV test? Absolutely, especially if you are talking to yourself with that desperate, I need this vibe. A lot of people don't realize it, but that kind of talk sets up a big mental roadblock. It's like putting invisible wall between you and that pass. And it's not just about needing it less, but thinking about what happens if it doesn't go right the first time. I mean, what went wrong in his HGV test? Usually it's pressure. That's why I always tell people approach it with a clear mind. Don't psych yourself out. If you have that need feeling, try thinking, I want to pass and I'll give it my best. This takes the edge off, keeps your head steady and helps you roll through the test just like you practiced. I'll leave you with one last story. Had a mate who trained himself silly for a bike race. Practiced every day, taking every corner like a pro with a good speed and control. But come race day, he was so pumped up on needing to win that he went way too hard into one of the corners, practically skidded right off the race. He comes up to me after and says, "Turns out the only thing I needed was to chill out." And he was spot on. It's the same way in driving. You need that calm, easy approach. Treat it like another day in the cab and you are golden. So whether it's driving, racing or chatting up someone special, that's my tip for the day. If you are driving, leave the need at the door. Don't put that pressure on yourself. Give it your best. Let the skills take over and the rest will fall into place. Remember, if you want focused, guaranteed training in top quality Scania truck, give us a ring. Stay tuned until the next one. Drive safe.